What up, guys? GangstaPranksta here, bringing you the weekly wrestling review for October 15th. I think it is. Welcome back to another show. If you're new to this show, this is where we talk about everything pro wrestling, from news to reviews to predictions. We talk about it all. So if you like talking about wrestling, you came to the right place. Welcome to another show. Today's show will feature reviews of Raw, Smackdown, Impact, Ring of Honor TV. Predictions for this Sunday's Bound For Glory, and some wrestling news. Not a lot, just a little bit this week. So let's hop into it right away. The videos you're watching are going to be matches that are set for Bound For Glory. I'll get my predictions for that later. First, let's do a review of Raw. So Raw was okay. There were some things that did not make sense, and yeah, we're going to talk about them right now. So it starts out with Triple H. He comes out and he talks about, he pretty much mocks everyone that's doing like the walkout thing. They're all in the parking lot, whatever, and he makes fun of them and stuff. And he says he will not leave the WWE and the show will go on without them. John Cena comes out and says he was approached by some of the protesters, but he's gonna stay on Raw with Triple H. Sheamus comes out, he pretty much says the same thing, and then Punk comes out and he talks about how he started the walkouts when he walked out on WWE as the WWE champion, and then he came back to prove a point. And yeah, that's whatever. And then what's it called? Punk says he's with Triple H, and he asks, what are we going to do now? And Triple H says Sheamus and Cena are going to have a match. He's going to ref, and Punk is going to do commentary. I thought this was really cool, the fact that there's only 4 people, and they're gonna try and keep the show going by themselves. I thought it was kind of cool. So Punk was on commentary. That was awesome. Anytime Punk is on the mic, I really enjoy it. I'm a huge fan. You had Cena and Sheamus. They were probably going to have a good match. And then you have Triple H doing special guest referee. That's whatever. So in the middle of the match, Vince McMahon comes out. And he talks about Triple H running Raw and stuff. And he says he met with some executive WWE officials. And they have released Triple H as COO. This makes no sense because they fired Vince McMahon, so technically he has no power in WWE, but I guess now he does. Okay. And they said they're looking for a new Raw GM, and until then John Laurinaitis will be in charge. I don't know if they mentioned this, but they didn't really mention the anonymous general manager. At least I don't think so. And who's going to be the COO now? They didn't really announce that either. Or they might have. You know what? I was half asleep when I was watching this. I watched it live. Usually I watch it on Tuesday. But I meant to rewatch this. I didn't get a chance because I watched it and then I heard all the reviews, people shitting on it. And I meant to go rewatch it, but I didn't. So this is just off the top of my head, like things I remember and stuff. So yeah, so Vince is the COO again, I think. I don't think they explained that very well. Or they might have, I just wasn't paying attention. So John Laurinaitis is the new Raw general manager, whatever. Then they have a backstage segment, he's greeting everyone, blah blah blah. Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole come out to commentate. So during that backstage segment, when John Laurinaitis is greeting everyone, John Morrison mouths off to him, and John Laurinaitis says he's going to be in a match against Christian in their street clothes. So they fired Triple H because it wasn't safe, but John Morrison and Christian are going to have a match in their street clothes, not even in their wrestling gear. Okay, that's whatever. So John Morrison and Christian, they have a match. It was okay. Christian wins. Short match. After the match, Ziggler, Swagger, Cody Rhodes, and Christian, they all attack Morrison. First match is, well, second match, I guess. Mark Henry versus Randy Orton. Pretty good. Orton wins by DQ after Cody attacks Orton. After the match, Cody bags Orton. Puts a paper bag over his head. Next match, we got Kelly Kelly and Eve versus Rosa Mendez and Tamina. Pretty good match. Kelly and Eve win. After the match, John Laurinaitis comes out and says, "I have vengeance." Pay-per-view in a few weeks. Del Rio and Cena will have a WWE title match. Then he tells Jim Ross that he's fired because he was unloyal to Triple H last week. This was a shoot, and a shoot is something that happens that was not scripted. Jim Ross did not know he was going to be fired. WWE has always just treated Jim Ross very poorly. Just some of the stuff they've done with him has just been really, really bad and distasteful. And this is just another one. They fired him in his hometown without him even knowing. That's kind of low shit, man. And we'll talk about more low shit when we get to TNA, because we got some news going on there. But that's in the Bound for Glory section. We're still on Raw right now. So Jim Ross gets fired. That's whatever. Next, we got Mason Ryan and Air Boom versus Ziggler, Swagger, and David Otunga. Pretty good match. Air Boom and Mason Ryan win. Next, we got Alberto Del Rio versus CM Punk. They were having a match until John Laurinaitis comes out and says it will now be a tag team match between Del Rio and Punk against Miz and R-Truth. So he rehires Miz and R-Truth. They were the whole reason, the whole unsafe work environment, and then they rehire them. It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Anyways, it's Del Rio and CM Punk versus Miz and R-Truth. Good match. CM Punk wins by DQ after Miz and R-Truth beats down Punk and they won't let up. Del Rio walked out during the match. After the match, they continue beating up Punk until Triple H makes the save, and Triple H and Punk fight off Miz and R-Truth. There's a little backstage segment where Laurinaitis is talking to David Otunga and says that vengeance, Punk and Triple H will take on Miz and R-Truth. So Triple H might not be COO anymore, but he's still going to be a wrestler. So that's whatever. Next, we got TNA Impact. This was the go-home show to Bound for Glory, and did it do a good job of making you want to see Bound for Glory? Let's go through it, and we'll do our review at the end a little bit. First, we got Kurt Angle. He calls out Bobby Roode. Roode comes out. They talk about their match, and Angle says Roode will face Gunner and Jeff Jarrett tonight. First match, AJ Styles and RVD versus Christopher Daniels and Jerry Lynn. Pretty good match. RVD and Styles win. I think Daniels and Jerry Lynn should have won. So, and this, I'll kind of do my predictions now. But I would have Styles and RVD win at the pay-per-view and have Jerry Lynn and Daniels win on Impact. Kind of build some more momentum for their match. But they had RVD and Styles win. Whatever. Next we have Samoa Joe versus Matt Morgan. Okay match. After the match, Joe attacks Morgan and Crimson makes a save. Then Joe challenges them to a three-way Bound for Glory. Next, Mexican America are in the ring and call out Ink Inc. Ink Inc. come out, they talk shit to each other, and then they start brawling. Rosita and Sarita get involved, and then some chick comes out and takes out Rosita and Sarita. This is actually Jesse Neal's fiance. They've been meaning to debut her for a while, but they've held off. I don't know why. Oh, I do know why, because Jesse Neal was injured, and he was off TV for a while, so they debuted her with them. Whatever. Next we got Brian Kendrick and Jesse Sorensen versus Austin Aries and Kid Cash. Pretty good match. Kendrick and Sorensen win. Next is Velvet Sky, Mickey James, Winter, Madison Rain, Karen Jarrett, and Tracy Brooks. They come out to the ring. Karen gets on the mic and disses Velvet. Then they go back and forth, and this leads to a huge brawl. Next we got Scott Steiner versus Mr. Anderson with Bully Ray Special Enforcer. Okay match. Anderson wins after the match. Oh, after Abyss hits Steiner with a chain by accident. After the match, Immortal yells at Abyss, and then they beat him down. Anderson makes a save, but then gets taken out. And then we got Jeff Jarrett and Gunner versus Bobby Roode. Pretty good match. Roode wins. After the match, Immortal attack Bobby Roode. James Storm tries to make the save, but he gets taken out as well. Angle comes out, but before he can attack Robert Roode, Jeff Hardy makes the save. And last but not least, we got Sting and Hulk Hogan. They come out for a contract signing. They sign the contract, and then Hogan talks for a little bit. And then Bischoff comes out and distracts Sting, allowing Hogan to hit Sting with a chair and beat him down a little bit. Impact was an okay show. They built to every match. I don't think they should have done the Abyss thing now. I think they should have saved it for the Impact after Bound for Glory. Like, you have Anderson beat Bully Ray at, at Bound for Glory, and then he gets so pissed off, and Abyss does something stupid, and then they attack him. Like, I would have rather had that instead of beat him down before they go to Bound for Glory. But whatever. Next we got SmackDown. Teddy Long and John Laurinaitis come out and announce a 41-man Battle Royale winner gets a WWE World Title match of their choosing. And it's tonight, 41-man Battle Royale. We're about to go through all the names, so sit tight. Alright, I'm going to try and do this rapid fire. Cody Rhodes, Johnny Curtis, JTG, Michael McGillicuddy, Derek Bateman, Yoshitatsu, Titus O'Neil, Matt Stryker, William Regal, Percy Watson, John Morrison, Ziggler, Trent Beretta, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Ted DiBiase, Tyson Kidd, Daniel Bryan, Tyler Rex, Kurt Hawkins, Drew McIntyre, Justin Gabriel, Mason Ryan, Primo Colon, Santino Marella, Alex Riley, Kofi Kingston, Zack Ryder, David Otunga, Ezekiel Jackson, Heath Slater, Sin Cara, Black, Christian, R-Truth, CM Punk, Sheamus, Wade Barrett, Jack Swagger, Jinder Mahal, The Miz, and Randy Orton. So it was a really good match, really good way to start off SmackDown. I really enjoyed the match. Last two guys were Miz and Orton. They fight, and eventually Orton wins, and he chooses to face Mark Henry tonight. Second match, we got Beth Phoenix versus Kelly Kelly. I don't know why they had this on SmackDown, unless they're going to have a different feud. I don't know why they just gave this away on TV, but whatever. Beth Phoenix versus Kelly Kelly, okay match, Beth wins. Black Sin Cara versus Justin Gabriel. It was originally supposed to be Blue Sin Cara, but Black Sin Cara attacked Blue Sin Cara and took his mask and put it on. And he went out and had the match. Okay match. Black Sin Cara wins. Del Rio versus Sheamus. Pretty good match. Del Rio wins. After the match, Christian attacks Sheamus. Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger versus Kofi Kingston and Zack Ryder. Good match. Good tag team match. Kofi and Ryder win. Last but not least, we got Randy Orton versus Mark Henry World Title match. Orton wins. It was a good match. Orton wins by DQ after Cody comes out and attacks Orton. After the match, Cody and Henry double team Orton, and Big Show makes a save. So SmackDown was very short. You had some good matches. You had the 41-man Battle Royale. Really entertaining stuff. The tag team match between Dolph Ziggler and Swagger and Kofi Kingston and Zack Ryder. Really good. And Orton versus Mark Henry was a good match as well. Next, we got our Ring of Honor TV. Third week on Sinclair Broadcasting, and it was a really good show. It starts out with Jim Cornette. He's in the ring and brings out the Briscoe brothers. They come out, and Cornette talks about them getting fined for attacking Benjamin and Haas. The Briscoes say they want a tag team title shot. Cornette says they can't have one, but next week they'll take on the All Night Express. First match, Tommaso Ciampa versus Andy Ridge. This was a good match. Tommaso wins. They did a good promo package building him up as an undefeated and up-and-coming star. Really good to see. We have a really good promo package building up Davey Richards and Roderick Strong match. Roderick's part where he was talking, it was okay. But Davey's part was really good where he talked about his grandparents dying. And that really inspired him to really win the world title. And they had a really kick-ass match. That was the main event. Davey Richards versus Roderick Strong world title match. Really good. I really enjoyed this hard-hitting battle. These two always have a good match. Davey Richards retains and is still the Ring of Honor champion. So, if you guys still don't know how, if you want to watch the show and you don't live in the United States, go to ringofhonor.rohwrestling.com, make an account. Every Thursday they upload the show, and you can go watch it there. It doesn't cost you any money. And make sure you go watch the show, because they have been really good. You can go watch previous shows. I recommend watching them all. There's only been 3 so far. The 4th one will be uploaded this Thursday, or the Thursday coming up. So next we got TNA Bound For Glory. This is TNA's biggest pay-per-view of the year, and they have a pretty good card. Actually no, I'll do that after. So let's do my predictions real quick. First we got Austin Aries versus Brian Kendrick, X Division title match. This should be a good match. These two have good matches together. Hopefully Austin Aries can retain the title and move on to a different feud. I like Brian Kendrick, but I'd like to see Austin Aries feud with somebody else. Next, we got AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels in an I Quit match. This feud started back in Destination X, the All X Division pay-per-view, where Daniels wanted a match, and AJ didn't want to give it to him because he thought Daniels would go crazy and stuff, and he was right. And this leads to a match, and I think they're going to have a really good match. I think AJ is going to win. I don't know what's going to happen after this. Is Fortune going to break up now? We'll have to see. But I think AJ is going to win. This will be a really good match. This will probably be match of the night, along with the main event. Next, we have Mr. Anderson versus Bully Ray Street Fight Falls Count Anywhere match. This should be a good brawl, a good hardcore match. This is the first, I think it's the first Bound For Glory where there's no Monsters Ball match. Is that disappointing? Kind of, because it has been a staple of Bound For Glory for 5, 6 years. So, I don't know, but I see Gunner and Abyss getting involved in this match, so, but I do see Mr. Anderson winning. Next, we have Samoa Joe versus Crimson versus Matt Morgan. This could be a really good match. If they give it enough time, this could be good. I'm not a big fan of Matt Morgan. I think he's pretty good, but I don't know. I just don't like him. I like Crimson, and I really like Samoa Joe. And I expect Crimson to win and continue his push to become a world champion. I think this is going to be his year. After Bound For Glory and after WrestleMania, kind of, it's always a time to start new feuds and stuff. And I think this is going to be Crimson's year. He's going to be world champion, TV champion, tag team champion. He's going to be a champion of some sort. We'll have to wait to see which one, but I think he will be a champion by next Bound For Glory. Next, we got RVD versus Jerry Lynn. This is the only match that really bugs me, because this happened at Destination X, and I think it should have ended there. I really don't know why they're continuing this, but to be honest, I think I know why. It's because it's set in Philadelphia, and that's where ECW originated from, was Philadelphia. So I guess this is like an ECW match for the Philadelphia fans that still care about ECW. I don't know why TNA has such a fixation with ECW. You did a pay-per-view for them that last year. It was blah, to be honest. And now you're gonna have another match on your biggest pay-per-view of them all. But RVD versus Jerry Lynn, Full Metal Mayhem match. This should be a good match, but Jerry Lynn could be used as so much more. I really like Jerry Lynn. I'm not shitting on him or RVD. I really like them both. But you can have Jerry Lynn. Let him go to the X Division. Help some of these younger guys out. Help them become better wrestlers. Teach them. Instead, you're having him face RVD. For what? It's dumb. RVD's going to win. Let's move on with this. Next, we got Madison Rayne versus Velvet Sky versus Winter versus Mickie James Knockouts title match. Gotta go with Velvet Sky. They've been building her up all year. If they don't give her the title, it's dumb. Actually, I like Madison as champion. I think Madison, she's going to feud with Velvet and over the Knockouts title. So I see that as a big women's program in the following months. Madison versus Velvet Sky. Next couple pay-per-views. Next, we got Mexican America versus Inc. TNA World Tag Team title match. I like Mexican America, but I'm going to have to go with Inc. They've been a tag team for so long, and the fans really enjoy the tag team. And you got to give it the fans want. Let them become TNA World Tag Team champions. You know, there'll probably be a rematch at the following pay-per-view. And, yeah, do whatever. Let's have this long feud. I really like tag team wrestling, so my hopes are high for this match. But I think Inc. is going to be the new TNA World Tag Team Champions. Next, we got Sting versus Hulk Hogan. Winner gets control of TNA. I don't care about this. TNA is probably going to make an announcement in a few weeks that will change the face of TNA wrestling. Who gives a shit at this point? Who really gives a shit? I don't. Especially when Hulk Hogan did an interview, I think this weekend, whatever, with some radio station. They asked him about Robert Roode, and he completely shit all over Robert Roode, where he's like, I don't think he deserves to be a top guy. And it's like, they've been building this guy up for a whole month. Promo packages. He won the Bound for Glory series, and you just completely shit all over him. Makes me so frustrated with Hulk Hogan. Just like the fact that he just goes and buries Bobby Roode, who is a great wrestler. But it sucks to see that TNA just lets him get away with this, man. Just, it's fucking bullshit. And I hate it. Just let Sting win. Hopefully Hogan goes away. Hopefully Sting goes away too. Get rid of that Joker shit. Fucking stupid. I expect Immortal to get involved with this. I expect Jeff Hardy to get involved with this. But I really don't give a shit. And we got the main event, Kurt Angle versus Robert Roode. But Sting and Hogan said in that interview that even though Kurt Angle and Bobby Roode are wrestling for the world title, the main event of the pay-per-view is supposed to be Sting and Hulk Hogan. Fuck that shit. That's going to ruin the pay-per-view for me, because I want to end it with a good wrestling match. Robert Roode and Kurt Angle. That's next. But if it's Hogan and Sting, god damn it. It's going to ruin the pay-per-view for me. Like, I'm just going to completely shit all over it if the last thing is Sting and Hogan. Whatever. Next, we got Kurt Angle versus Bobby Roode, TNA World Title match. You got to give it to Bobby Roode. You got to. You built him up for this whole month. Kurt Angle hasn't done shit in that month, except try to fuck with Robert Roode. And you got to give it to Robert Roode. Otherwise, the whole month of building him up for the Bound for Glory series, the promo packages, all goes to waste. It really does. And Kurt Angle, he's said in interviews before, he wants to put over these young guys, you know? He wants to help the company. I don't know. I want Bobby Roode to win. Even if it's a short world title reign, something new. Come on. Like, it's the same shit every time on TNA. Kurt Angle doesn't need the world title. He doesn't, but they still give it to him. So my predictions for Bound for Glory, I think it looks like a pretty good card, I'm not going to lie. But how does it compare to my Bound for Glory? I created Bound for Glory, a whole, a whole pay-per-view. And, which one would you rather buy? Would you rather buy my Bound for Glory or this Bound for Glory? Leave it in the comments, and if you haven't watched that video, annotation in the top left-hand corner. Go check it out. I think I did a pretty good job. Last but not least, we got a couple wrestling news bits. First, we got Brock Lesnar will be a playable character in WWE 12. This has been big news all over. Like, so many media outlets have picked this up. Mainly gaming ones, but that's cool that he's going to be in. I mean, I really like Here Comes the Pain, so I'm going to enjoy Brock Lesnar. Yeah, that's about it. I'm excited. That's all. I really have nothing else to say. Next, we got Tyson Tomko. Was arrested on a robbery charge. He was arrested after he robbed a pharmacy, and he asked for like several bottles of oxycodone. He got 210 tablets of oxycodone, and he went to a nearby Chili's where he asked the waitress for a spoon, and when he got it, he took it to the men's bathroom, where he remained for 30 to 40 minutes. Cops were eventually tipped off when they arrived to the scene. One officer says Tomko had needle marks and blood running down his arm, and had just flushed something down the toilet. Tomko was taken into custody and allegedly told police he has a severe drug problem. Cop says Tomko admitted that he took the oxycodone and injected 178 pills, which he crushed up and melted, but he swore he never threatened the pharmacist. Man, that's fucking crazy. So this is a guy that I always thought had tremendous potential, especially in TNA. I really thought he could do something big, but never happened. TNA never pulled the trigger on him. Now he used to wrestle in Japan, but now he's a hardcore drug addict, and that sucks. You know, that's what the life of a wrestler. You know, it leads to these possibilities where you're always in pain, and you got to make the pain go away, so you're forced to take all these drugs, and it sucks. And it's good that he admitted that he has a severe drug problem. Hopefully WWE will step in and give him the rehab that he needs, because it sounds like he has a serious thing. If he's crushing up the pills and injecting it to himself with a needle, that's fucked up. So hopefully he gets the help he needs, because he's obviously in a dark place. So good luck with that, Tomko. He's currently behind bars, and bond has been set to $7,500. So that sucks for him. Hopefully he can get the help he needs. So this was the weekly wrestling review for October 15th. Hope you guys enjoy. Next week we'll have reviews of Bound for Glory, Raw, Smackdown, Impact, Ring of Honor, and some more wrestling news. What else? Is there anything I want to plug before I end this? I don't know if Vengeance is next week. If it is, we'll do predictions for that. I think it's the week after. But if you're subscribed to the channel, be locked for some content, some non-wrestling content. Because starting on Tuesday, I'm going to do my Arkham City, yes, Batman Arkham City, one of the games I've been looking forward to for 2 years now, ever since Arkham Asylum ended. I'm going to do a Let's Play of Arkham City. Hopefully it comes out really well. Hopefully you guys watch it and support it with likes and comments and stuff. And I hope you guys enjoy that. That's what you have to look forward to for the week ahead. So if you guys enjoyed the show, don't forget to rate it, like, dislike, leave comments. Would you buy my TNA pay-per-view or the TNA pay-per-view that is presented, the Bound for Glory? That's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Take care, and see you guys next week.
He's stretching out that torso, checking for any bruises, and you know they're there. Now can the superstar capitalize? This is it. Here he goes. The superstar nails it. And this has got to be it. One, two, three. The superstar wins.